Did you know that Arizona is home to landscapes so vast they can swallow entire cities? Or that one of its craters came from a meteor traveling faster than a bullet? Or that deep within its deserts lies evidence of oceans that vanished millions of years ago? Well, get ready, because we're about to uncover 25 incredible facts about Arizona, a state where stone remembers time and the desert hides its own kind of magic. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to GlobeX for more cinematic journeys across America and comment cactus for 10 years of desert luck. Fact 25. The Grand Canyon, Earth's open book. You can't talk about Arizona without starting here. The Grand Canyon is so massive that astronauts can see it from space. It stretches 277 miles long, up to 18 miles wide, and more than a mile deep. Layer upon layer of colored rock reveals nearly 2 billion years of Earth's history, a geologic timeline carved by the Colorado River one grain at a time. At sunrise, the canyon glows in gold and crimson. At dusk, it fades into violet shadow. Stand on the edge and you feel it, the pull of time itself. Every echo, every gust of wind is the voice of the planet remembering how it was made. No photograph can prepare you for it. The Grand Canyon isn't scenery, it's eternity, exposed. Fact 24. Sedona, where the rocks glow red. Tucked between canyons and cliffs, Sedona looks like another world. Its towering red formations seem to burn at sunset, glowing as if the earth itself were lit from within. Iron-rich sandstone gives the rock its color, but light gives it life, changing hue from rose in the morning to fiery orange by evening. For centuries, native tribes have called this region sacred. Today, visitors still speak of the calm that settles here, a quiet energy that feels almost spiritual. Hike among the mesas, and you'll see why painters, poets, and dreamers never leave unchanged. Sedona isn't just beautiful, it's alive. Fact 23. Meteor Crater, the scar from the stars. In the flatlands east of Flagstaff lies a hole nearly a mile wide and 600 feet deep. Meteor Crater, one of the best preserved impact sites on Earth. It was created 50,000 years ago, when an iron meteorite traveling 26,000 miles per hour slammed into the desert. The explosion equaled 150 atomic bombs. For decades, scientists studied it to understand the power of cosmic collisions. Even Apollo astronauts trained here before walking on the moon. Standing at its rim, you realize how fragile our world truly is and how one moment in space can rewrite a landscape forever. Fact 22. The Painted Desert, a rainbow of stone. Stretching across northern Arizona, the Painted Desert is a panorama of color, pink, lavender, orange, and gray, spreading for more than 90 miles. Those hues come from ancient volcanic ash and minerals laid down in prehistoric lakes. At sunrise, the mesas look like watercolor. At sunset, they ignite like fire. Wind has sculpted the land into soft curves and ridges, and fossils of trees and creatures long extinct still sleep beneath the sand. The desert may look lifeless, but it's a canvas painted by time itself. Each layer, a stroke from an artist 200 million years old. Fact 21. Antelope Canyon, the corridor of light. Hidden on Navajo land near Page lies Antelope Canyon, one of the most photographed places on Earth. And for good reason. It's a slot canyon, carved by flash floods through sandstone so smooth it looks liquid. Beams of sunlight pour down through the narrow openings above, turning the walls to gold and flame. When wind whispers through the passage, it sounds like a voice, soft, ancient, eternal. For the Navajo people, this is a sacred place, a reminder that beauty can rise from violence, that water and time together can create grace. Walk through it, and you'll never forget the way light moves. Fact 20. The Petrified Forest, stone trees of time. In northeastern Arizona lies a forest turned to stone, a place where ancient trees, once towering and alive, are now crystal. More than 200 million years ago, floods carried these logs into a basin where minerals slowly replaced their wood, turning them into rainbow-colored quartz. Today they shimmer with hues of red, purple, and blue, their rings still visible, frozen in time. The Petrified Forest National Park isn't just a landscape. It's a time capsule. Each log holds the memory of a prehistoric Earth, and every step crunches across a timeline older than the dinosaurs themselves. It's proof that even what's lost can endure. if given enough time and silence. Fact 19. Monument Valley, the land of giants. Few places on Earth feel as iconic as Monument Valley, where massive sandstone buttes rise straight from the desert floor. Their flat tops and sheer cliffs stand like ancient guardians, catching the light at sunrise and sunset in glowing red and gold. This land has been home to the Navajo Nation for centuries, and its monuments have become symbols of the American West. Countless films, from Stagecoach to Forrest Gump, have used it as their backdrop. But in person, it feels far greater than fiction. Each butte seems alive, each shadow a reminder that this landscape isn't a movie set, it's sacred ground. Fact 18. The desert that blooms. Arizona's deserts are not barren, they're alive. Every spring, when rare rains fall across the Sonoran Desert, the land erupts in color. Cacti blossom with bright pinks, oranges, and yellows, and carpets of wildflowers stretch to the horizon. The famous saguaro cactus, found only in this desert, can grow over 40 feet tall and live for more than 150 years. Its arms don't even appear until it's at least 50. At sunset, those silhouettes stand like silent sentinels against a sky painted in violet and gold. For a few fleeting weeks each year, the desert becomes a garden, reminding us that even the harshest places can surprise you with beauty. Fact 17. The Superstition Mountains, legends in stone. East of Phoenix rise the Superstition Mountains, a rugged maze of cliffs and canyons wrapped in mystery. For generations, people have searched here for the legendary Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine, a treasure said to be hidden somewhere among the peaks. Some claim the mountain is cursed, others say it's protected by spirits who guard the secret. Whether you believe the legend or not, the superstitions are magnetic, a landscape that seems to hum with its own energy. At sunrise, their jagged peaks glow crimson. By nightfall, shadows stretch long across the desert floor. Gold or not, what they truly hold is wonder. Fact 16. Route 66, the Mother Road. Few highways hold as much nostalgia as Route 66, and Arizona keeps some of its most famous miles. From Holbrook to Kingman, neon signs, old diners, and weathered motels recall an era when the open road meant freedom. The tiny town of Seligman still calls itself the birthplace of Route 66, and you can drive stretches of the original pavement through landscapes that haven't changed in decades. Classic cars, vintage billboards, and red rock horizons. This is where America's love affair with travel was born. The road may twist and fade, but in Arizona, Route 66 never really ends. It just keeps rolling toward the sunset. Fact 15. The ghost towns that refuse to die. Scattered across Arizona's deserts and mountains are the remains of towns that once pulsed with life. Places like Jerome, Tombstone, and Bisbee began as mining camps, filled with noise, gold dust, and ambition. When the ore ran out, the people left. But the towns stayed, haunted by whispers of their wild past. Jerome, once called the wickedest town in the West, now clings to a mountainside, its old saloons turned into art galleries and cafes. In Tombstone, reenactments of the gunfight at the OK Corral still echo down Allen Street, blending history with legend. Arizona's ghost towns remind us that time may take the people, but it never takes the stories. Fact 14. The San Francisco Peaks, mountains of the sky. Just north of Flagstaff rise the San Francisco Peaks, remnants of an ancient volcano that once towered even higher than Mount Rainier. These are the sacred mountains of many native peoples, including the Hopi, Navajo, and Zuni, who believe powerful spirits dwell here. The tallest of the peaks, Humphreys Peak, reaches nearly 13,000 feet, making it the highest point in Arizona. In winter, it's capped with snow, visible for hundreds of miles. In summer, it's blanketed in wildflowers and alpine meadows. From its summit, you can see clear across the Colorado Plateau, a view that feels like standing at the top of the world. Fact 13. The lava fields of Sunset Crater. Nearly 1,000 years ago, northern Arizona shook with fire. A volcanic eruption created Sunset Crater, sending rivers of lava across the forest and blanketing the sky in ash. Today, the lava fields remain twisted, black, and silent. Trees have grown through the cracks, and wildflowers bloom where molten rock once flowed. The crater itself glows red in the sunlight, giving it its name. Walking here feels like stepping onto another planet, one where Earth's fury has frozen into beauty. Fact 12. The canyon that almost nobody knows. While the Grand Canyon draws millions, Canyon de Chelly remains one of Arizona's quietest and most sacred wonders. Hidden within the Navajo Nation, its sandstone walls rise hundreds of feet above green fields, where families still live and farm as their ancestors did for centuries. Ancient ancestral Puebloan cliff dwellings still cling to the canyon walls, their windows staring silently into the wind. This canyon is not just beautiful. It's alive with history, memory, and resilience. It's a reminder that not all wonders need crowds to be magnificent. Fact 11. The place where water carved a cathedral. In the high desert near Page lies Lake Powell, an artificial lake created by the construction of the Glen Canyon Dam. But before the waters rose, Glen Canyon was one of the most stunning landscapes on Earth, a maze of sandstone corridors and sculpted rock. Even now, as the lake's levels rise and fall, hidden canyons and ancient formations appear like secrets being revealed. Boaters drift through narrow channels where walls rise hundreds of feet above the blue water, glowing orange in the afternoon light. It's a place where engineering meets eternity, proof that beauty and change often share the same space. Fact 10. The ancient cities beneath the desert. Long before Arizona became a state, it was home to one of North America's most advanced civilizations, the Hohokam people. For nearly 1,500 years, they lived in the Sonoran Desert and built massive canal systems to irrigate their fields. Some of those canals still shape modern Phoenix's layout today. Their ruins, like Casa Grande, rise from the dust, four-story earthen structures built entirely by hand, still standing after 7 centuries of wind and rain. When you walk through these ancient sites, you can almost hear the sound of water flowing through the desert again, proof that intelligence and innovation long predate modern cities. Fact 9. The coolest town in the desert. Arizona's summer heat is legendary, but hidden high in the mountains is a retreat that feels like another world. Flagstaff. At 7,000 feet above sea level, it's cool even in July, with pine forests, mountain trails, and crisp air that smells like rain and resin. It's also one of the best stargazing cities in the world, home to Lowell Observatory, where Pluto was discovered in 1930. Each night, Flagstaff's lights dim under strict dark sky laws to protect the star's brilliance. Here the desert gives way to forest, and the night sky becomes an infinite window to the universe. Fact 8. The Sky Islands. In southern Arizona, mountains rise suddenly from the desert floor, isolated peaks surrounded by seas of sand. Scientists call them Sky Islands, unique ecosystems where cool forests sit atop arid plains. Each one is a world of its own, home to species found nowhere else on Earth. Drive from Tucson into the Santa Catalina Mountains, and you'll pass through climates that feel like driving from Mexico to Canada in less than an hour. From saguaros to spruce trees, these Sky Islands show just how diverse and alive the desert truly is. Fact 7. The lightning capital of the Southwest. Arizona may be dry, but when it rains, it rains. Every summer, the monsoon season brings massive thunderstorms that light up the horizon with brilliant flashes. Places like Tucson and Sierra Vista experience some of the most intense lightning displays in North America. Rain falls in sheets, winds roar through canyons, and for a few electric moments, the desert breathes. The storms are powerful but fleeting, a reminder that even in places of drought, nature still commands the stage. Fact 6. The Copper State. Arizona's nickname, the Copper State, comes from its deep mining history. In the early 1900s, it was one of the world's largest producers of copper, fueling the growth of cities and the rise of the electrical age. Towns like Bisbee, Ajo, and Globe grew around massive open-pit mines, where turquoise-colored stone still glints in the rock. Though many of those mines have closed, their legacy lives on in Arizona's flag itself. The star at its center represents copper's shine. It's the metal that helped build America, and it came from Arizona's red earth. Fact 5. The living rivers of the desert. It may seem impossible, but rivers still flow through Arizona's deserts, quietly, patiently, carving life from the dust. The Verde, Salt, and Gila rivers wind through canyons and farmlands, feeding wildlife and communities along the way. In spring, snowmelt from the mountains rushes south, turning dry valleys into living corridors. Cottonwoods grow tall along their banks, and herons glide above mirror-still waters. In a land built on heat and stone, these rivers are miracles, veins of life running through a body of fire. They remind us that the desert isn't dead, it's just waiting for rain. Fact 4. The Red Rocks of Time. Nowhere captures Arizona's colors like Red Rock State Park near Sedona. The rocks here are ancient layers of iron-rich sandstone, each one representing a different age of the earth. When the sun rises, they glow like embers. When it sets, they burn deep crimson. The site has inspired photographers, filmmakers, and travelers from all over the world. For the native peoples who have lived here for millennia, these cliffs are sacred, places of balance and renewal. If you listen closely when the wind passes through the canyons, it almost sounds like the land is breathing. Fact 3. The desert that never sleeps. Arizona's wildlife is as fierce as its landscape. At dusk, coyotes call across the plains. Owls perch silently on saguaros, and rattlesnakes slip like whispers across the sand. In the heat of the day, Gila monsters, one of the world's only venomous lizards, emerge from their burrows to bask in the sun. And in the cool of the night, the sky fills with more stars than most people will ever see. Out here, survival is an art, and every creature, from the tiniest scorpion to the soaring hawk, has mastered it. Fact 2. The Spirit of the People. Arizona is more than its landscapes, it's its people. Home to 22 sovereign native nations, including the Navajo, Hopi, Apache, and Tohono O'odham, it holds one of the richest indigenous heritages in America. Their traditions, languages, and art continue to shape the state's identity, from handmade jewelry in turquoise markets to songs sung beneath canyon walls. Every festival, every craft, every prayer carries a link to the land. Here, culture isn't just preserved, it's alive, evolving, and intertwined with every mountain and mesa. Arizona's strength comes from this unity of old and new, a living harmony of histories that still walk side by side. Fact 1. The Spirit of the Desert. Arizona is a land of extremes, of heat and silence, cliffs and storms, shadow and flame. It's a place where the earth reveals itself without disguise, where every rock and ridge tells the story of creation. From the rim of the Grand Canyon to the depths of Antelope Canyon, from the bloom of a cactus flower to the crackle of desert thunder, Arizona shows that beauty can be both fierce and fragile. It humbles you, reminding you that time is vast, and we are small. Stand beneath a sunset that turns the sky to molten gold, and you'll feel it. The stillness, the strength, the pulse of the desert itself. Arizona isn't just a state, it's a mirror of eternity, wild, radiant, and alive. And once you've stood under its burning sky, it never truly leaves you. And there you have it, 25 incredible facts about Arizona, the desert heart of the American West. From its fiery canyons to its starlit nights, from ancient cities to living legends, this is a land where time speaks in color and silence. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to subscribe to GlobeX for more cinematic explorations across America, and comment cactus if you're ready for the next adventure. Thanks for watching. And remember, even the most familiar places can hold the wildest secrets.